Bienvenue dans notre épisode podcast entre nous. Aujourd'hui, on est avec une invitée spéciale, une migrante qui vient de l'Espagne, qui parle en espagnol et en anglais. Fait que notre entrevue va se passer en anglais, évidemment, parce que je parle pas en espagnol, je parle pas en français. Ça sera en anglais. Fait que si vous voulez écouter l'épisode, elle va sous-titrer en français. So today we are with Esmeralda. Hello, Esmeralda. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
So, Esmeralda, can you tell us what you do in life and what you bring here today?
Well, I was a midwife in UK, in London, and I loved my job and I loved supporting women breastfeeding. I became first lactation counselor, then midwife, and then I did all this journey just to support even more women. And I wrote a book just while I was in maternity leave last year, and it's just released. And I'm so proud because it's something that I really needed, just to help women, all the women, and to give them the gift that nobody gave me when I was breastfeeding alone in a country that was not mine.
Mm-hmm. So, my question, your book, why you did write this book?
Because I had so much challenges breastfeeding my first baby. I was crying in depression, and I found it really difficult to breastfeed. Somebody told me you cannot breastfeed because your nipples are not everted. Your baby has tongue tie. It's very hard. Give the bottle. And then we started with the bad food. But thankfully, I found resources, I researched, I talked to people, and I went to find supporters. And then I went everywhere. It took me 4 months to bring the baby to the breast and pumping every single day, 10 times. You don't know how hard is that for 4 months until my baby could come to the breast. And I had to teach a 4-month-old to breastfeed like a baby, a newborn. So that was really challenging. And as I developed and I learned and I saw more women and I supported with all my heart, I said, I have to do something that is easy, that is laugh. You can laugh, you can see real stories of people that had overcome real challenges, and stop just thinking there's nothing to do because the nurse tells you, just give the bottle.
So you put your story and your knowledge in this book, I think.
I did, yes.
And did you find support of person close to you, or is just struggling all by alone on this?
I didn't have my mom, my auntie, nobody of my family was in UK when I was breastfeeding my first baby. And I just went to children's center, hospital, everywhere where I could to find solution. And thankfully, I found a charity that is very helpful for moms. And then I became volunteer with them, and I work with them. And then everything got sorted with time.
So I'm gonna ask you a little question about your book and about the lies they told our mom for breastfeeding. What's the big lies that they told for mom when she breastfeeding?
The biggest lie is, don't worry, formula is just about the same. It's nothing about the same. It's like comparing gold with plastic. Breast milk has the composition of the body of your baby. It can heal the brain, the ears, the lungs. It can make even your baby more cognitively more powerful. It's got so much microbiota that's going to accompany that baby until adulthood, and it's going to prevent illnesses. So we cannot say to women, it's okay, because it's not okay. We can give her the tools, spend some time with her, support her, tell her how to breastfeed, how to express the milk. Is something so important that I have seen day yes and day no at the hospital where I used to work. And I got so annoyed, and I said, no, we need to do it properly. We need to give the woman the tools when she's pregnant. If she knows what to do and what to expect and what challenges could happen. On day 3, my clients were, oh my God, my boobs are swollen. What can I do? And they wanted to give up already. And I was saying, don't worry, this is normal. I started to give courses and teach them that on day 3 to 4, the breast was going to change because the milk was coming in. The beautiful colostrum was going to become the other milk. And then they would understand what I have to do, a little bit warm shower, a little bit of cold, a little bit of hand expressing so the baby could come and latch. And that it makes a huge difference for people to be successful and to breastfeed as much as they wanted.
But that's true, because as a mom, we feel guilt if we don't succeed the breastfeeding, and because the pressure of society also, like you didn't breastfeed your son, and I think it's a good relationship when you breast your son or your baby from your boobs directly, because you could create a good bond between you and your baby, and I think it's a good, wonderful experience if you have the great tools if you want to breastfeed your baby. So let's talk again about your book. What's some wows in your book can you tell us to make people go and buy this book?
Well, first thing is that breastfeeding, it develops the jaw in a perfect manner. That's why you have perfect teeth. And I had to wear braces because I didn't breastfeed. So my mom had to leave when I was very young to work, and I had the bottle and the dummy and all my. If you see my teeth, I was super ugly. So I wanted to say that breastfeed. I have many wows in my book. Like, for example, I do have like composition of breastfeeding versus formula. How a lot of manufactured foods that are sold for our babies and supposedly are organic and very good for them are not good at all, and they contain so much sugar, bad oils, and we shouldn't even buy them. Another wow fact is how much the mom benefits from breastfeeding, as for example, avoiding so many cancers, getting more lifespan. If you breastfeed at 44, probably you're going to reach 100. So what I wanted to say is that there are so many discoveries, and I have put the last research just to make sure that every woman knows that we don't have to breastfeed because everybody expected from us, but it's just an act of love, and it's like being organic. It's just to be organic. Why should I eat a burger from McDonald's if I can have the best steak or the best salad from your garden? So I give my baby what belongs to my baby. So yeah, and many more wows. I have so much stories of women that I had supported personally, and they did miracles. Like a mom that was 46 days in NICU, doing skin to skin and pumping the milk for that baby to not just get stronger, also to come to the breast. And when the baby came home, it's just breastfed normally. And what doctor said, he would have a delay because this baby born 1 month before, he will have a delay. He was meeting all the milestones. And the doctors were saying, wow, this baby, of course. I told this woman, you need to go to NICU and stay there 9 to 5, like if you were the nurse caring for your baby. Don't let other people care for your baby and feed your baby. Do it yourself. Be there for this baby and give your milk, and that will be the best medicine rather than waiting for them to give you your baby when it's ready. It will not be ready that fast, but she did so amazing. And that's the miracles I want every woman to achieve. When things are seem impossible, or somebody who doesn't have a clue tells you, it's not possible, maybe you can't, why don't you give up, Hotel? It's okay. Or, you have twins, oh my God, it's too much work.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just want to help women to believe in themselves and also grow with them, grow with themselves. Say, okay, now I have a belly that I'd expected to go away, but I'm gonna get stronger. I'm beautiful. I'm a well of wisdom and love for my baby.
Oh, that's so sweet. You give me the desire to have a new baby. Only to breastfeed the baby. It's the most beautiful experience in the life.
Wow.
So you have a platform. Can you talk a little bit about your platform?
Absolutely. I'm so proud because when I was finishing the book, I had a brilliant idea to include a QR code. And then I started building a meditation for moms, a 1 minute video on how to hand express, how to pump, how to massage the breast, how to position your baby to be faster or easier to breastfeed, how to care for yourself. Like, I did something that I think every woman needs a friend that tells you, darling, you are doing so well, you're amazing, and you are so beautiful. So don't look at in the mirror now and say, I don't feel good, or you don't know how to do this. I'm here to tell you. And through the platform, I can speak to the people who are reading the book. I can coach them if they need some support. But the most important thing is that I'm giving all the tips that they need to know in a fast way and very actionable. Because I don't like fluff. I don't like people talking too much. I just want them to give me the solution quick. I also pair up with my friend that is a nutritionist, and we build like some nutrition, not just to make good milk and make a lot of milk, but also to get beautiful fast. That's what we want, because we spend 1, 2, 3 years to get in shape, and then we have another baby, or we never get in shape anymore. That's what happened to many of us. So that's why I'm so happy with my platform, Nourish Her, and I want to keep building and building, because I'm preparing my second and third book for antenatal support for moms and postnatal support with mindfulness.
So what message you want to give for the moms and for the world also?
I just want to give them, like, don't be scared and don't feel you are broken, and you are so powerful. You have everything you need within you and your baby, and it's going to be a beautiful journey. If they love as much breastfeeding as you, they're going to be super happy. And I will accompany them and support them until they decide it's the time to finish, because we all women have our end and think, okay, now it's finished, I want my boobs for myself again. And that's absolutely perfect. We just need to be careful how we wean the baby, because we can end up with a mastitis if we do it too fast. So all the tips, all the needs are here within my book and within my platform. And I'm super, super happy to be able to support not just the women from London or from wherever I am, in Spain, in Canada, wherever I travel, but also the women from over the world, like from Asia, from Africa. For me, women are goddesses, and that's how you need to treat every single woman, with love, respect, and in awe.
So if there is a woman that doesn't want to breastfeed because she's scared to lose her shape, boobs shape, and everything, she thinks it's more harder. She wants to sleep. She thinks that if she give him the bottle, what advice you can give for this woman to encourage them, perhaps to change their decision?
Well, I would say that we all are a little bit afraid of losing our shape and that our breasts change shapes because when we breastfeed, our breasts keep developing. We are not just this girl with 25-year-old. Our breasts keep developing through life and with breastfeeding as well. And when I had my breast a little bit saggy after finishing breastfeeding, I was so worried. But after I did exercise, I put creams, and my breast is, I think, beautiful.
I assure every mom that I breastfeed twice, one for 2 years and the other for 4 years, and my boobs is very perfectly.
Exactly. So I don't believe in about body image. I believe in you are beautiful as you are. And what I would say to this mom is if you give formula to your baby, you are giving just something made in a laboratory, which is a mix of a few sugars, soyas, oils, and a little bit of powder. But that doesn't compare with the T cells that are the ones that make any part of the body, interior or exterior. When I breastfeed my baby and she hurt herself, next day is already healed and is magical.
Yeah.
And
Even if they has, how to say it, rheum on English. Cold, they have a cold.
yes, absolutely.
Great for.
I'm sure you realize how our babies never get sick. And working in a hospital, I've seen babies every single day going to the emergency room with otitis, with asthma. Our babies don't have any of this because we breastfeed, and also there is anti-cancer cells that when we are breastfeeding not only act in our own breast and genitalia, it also acts on the baby. So this baby has less chances to have cancer. And oh my God, I could be talking for ages because in my book I put like all the things that men don't know about breastfeeding or partners don't know about breastfeeding. That's why they don't support us sometimes, because they don't know that a woman is burning literally their own fat from their buttocks to make this milk. So it's better fat from here than the cow's fat or the cow's milk. That's for the cow. My fat is for my baby. So they don't know many things that are so mysterious and that we're still researching. We don't know it all. We're still discovering. That's why I will be always pro breastfeeding and always pro loving ourselves as we are and fighting for get beautiful and stronger every day.
I know this book is for moms, but do you think also the father, he can read this book to support his wife? There's the tools for father to support his wife also?
Oh yes, how do you know? The chapter 10 is for especially for daddies. I want them to know exactly what can they do to help.
That's great.
As for example, doing skin to skin. If they are not smokers, because if they are smokers, they have to wash themselves a lot because we don't want to give that to the baby. If they are not smokers, they can do skin to skin every day for the 4th trimester, or even for longer, and then they support the mom to go to take a shower, and they support themselves because they have this connection, this bond, and they give their microbiota, that is the good microbes for the baby to have a good gut, a strong gut. So many tips for these daddies that they need to understand that we are doing super job. We are sitting there breastfeeding our baby maybe 10 times a day, sometimes more. In the night when they are soundly sleeping, we are breastfeeding 4-5 times during the night. And if they wake up once after they cannot even function during the day. But we are this magical creature that we are sleeping with the 70% of the brain awake, just listening to this baby and making sure it's alive and safe. So what I want to say is, Daddy has a room as well in my book, and has a room as well in everything that means to support this woman.
To understand also the woman.
And understand everything that she's doing. And I always tell the dad, feed the feeder. I don't want this mom in the first month of this baby's life to have to worry about bills, about cooking, about cleaning. This mom needs to just be bonding with this baby and having a honeymoon that is called a baby moon. And then everything will work wonders, and then after she will be the strong woman that always been to carry out with everything else.
That's so nice. So can you talk a little bit about your personal breastfeeding? We want to know, like other, how you express. You have 3 kids, so I think there's an experience also in breastfeeding.
Oh yes, I remember when I had my first baby, I had to pump and give the bottle with the bottle. So I had to pump 10 times a day, sometimes 12, and I was crying, like feeling like a cow, literally, like feeling, oh my God, why is this happened to me? I thought that breastfeeding was easy, like just put the baby on the breast and that's it, and it's gonna do the job. But I had so much headache. I was going almost every day to this children's center, one day to one that was open for breastfeeding support, one day to another breastfeeding support, one day to another. And I was just trying to talk to the ladies to see if they want to tell me, give up. You already did enough. You've been pumping 10 times a day for 3 months. Don't do it anymore. Just give the formula. But internally I was saying, that cannot be sustainable. But at 4 months, when my baby came to the breast and I started breastfeeding that baby, I said, oh my God, this is worth it. Everything I've done, all the almost falling onto depression is worth it. And I feel the powerful woman that I am. Just because my baby was breastfeeding and I achieved that. After with my second, I had as well trouble because I had so much milk flow. They say that the breast milk in the breast becomes more efficient. So my baby was choking with the let down. So I had to lay down to breastfeed until the baby became bigger, and so many tricks that I tried and learned. And with my third baby, she was tongue-tied as well. So I had to learn how to achieve a deep latch after doing a little incision on the tongue of the baby to allow the baby to extend the tongue. Then she could come to the breast, but she had to learn because she was used to just take the nipple, and that it just broke my nipples. So she had to get a deep latch. For that we had to do a big positioning, and I had to learn going to my friend every day to try the latch for a few days until I mastered it, the baby understood. And sometimes it's not super perfect. You don't expect the butterfly mouth like in the books of breastfeeding. Sometimes it's not perfect, but the mom can sustain, the baby's getting the best, and that's enough.
So can you give for moms 5 tips in this podcast to encourage them after that to read your books, perhaps?
Of course, yes, I love to. I think one of the most important things is skin to skin with your baby. That will support and heal any fuss or any uncomfortability. If the baby cries, skin to skin. If the baby is fussy, skin to skin. If the baby's, you don't know what's going on, that's it. After breastfeed the baby, do responsive feeding. Before we call it breastfeeding on demand. Now we call it responsive feeding, because sometimes you are so full that you need to breastfeed. You just lie down with your baby and have some time together, and your baby helps you to feel more comfortable. Third, I would say learn to hand express, so you don't need external machines. Some people say, I don't want to touch myself, I feel weird, or if you don't want to touch yourself, how you expect somebody to want to touch yourself, somebody to want to touch you. You need to learn to hand express. You are your best tool. Even is better hand expressing than the machine.
I know, but sometimes moms found that's more easier because we have a fast lifestyle. No, so it's to use machine. I'm gonna extract milk for dad when I'm not home to give it to the son. It's make a little bit easy when she's not around.
You're absolutely right. If you have to pump like me 10 times a day for 3 months, of course you get the machine. But if you have to give to this baby that when has born has to go to NICU for a couple of days, some milk, sometimes in the first days you cannot pump with the pump because you need to stimulate your breast with the baby's mouth or with your own hand, and your hand is the most similar to this mouth, to this baby's mouth. So I always recommend learn to hand express. It's gonna take you a few tries, and after you're gonna be so proud that you can relieve yourself if you go with your friends for a dinner, and you don't need the pump to relieve yourself if you just are working, for example.
But they don't have to have guilt about using machine. That's what I would say.
No, absolutely no. I broke 3 machines. So I'm pro machines. I know which ones are good, which ones are bad.
Someone gave me a gift like machine when I have my second baby, and I didn't need it because I have a lot of milk. So I put the bag directly to my nose. Because I'm always I always have milk over here, so I put pads but it was disaster. I always have milk, so without stopping milk.
Wow.
And that was like a little bit embarrassing the first, but then I was like, okay, this is me. I have a lot of milk. I'm gonna put it in the bag. And then I have a fridge only with baby mom from my boobs.
Very good. I think you're so lucky. I wish no woman had any trouble. And you seem like a woman that comes from abundance. Abundance, it means like in some cultures, if you have a lot of milk for your babies, you are the richest woman in the village.
Thank you.
So,
do you have a message to tell the mothers about your books?
Yes.
Or someone who want to buy the books?
I just wanted to say that I'm so happy to be able to support women, and I don't want to ask permission to support women or have to work under somebody else's boss. I'm my own boss, and I know what I'm worth, and I know that I have solved so many problems with my clients in the past. I have supported thousands of women, and I want to keep doing the same during my life. This is my dream come true. So I started to just write information and education in a way that is not going to make them bored, because I'm the person that when I read, I fell asleep. So I want something that it keeps me awake. It tells me a lovely story, and at the same time, it's teaching me something. So because I love to consider us the queen, I say breastfeed happily ever after, because our story should be the happy ever after always.
So where they can find the book to buy?
Yes, they can find it in Amazon just by putting boobs how to breastfeed, or in Milton and Hugo, that is the editorial, and it's as well in Novel and Barnes. And I have the project of making my own shop online, but for the moment Amazon is perfect for anybody.
That's great. And there is a version in French or Spanish soon?
I'm doing the Spanish because it's my mother tongue and it's easier for me. And the French, as soon as I finish the Spanish, I will start, and also ask for help to my friend Arua.
Yeah.
Because I need really to make it easy to read and not complicated or with technical words. It needs to be easy, happy read, and just to the point to help.
Oh, thank you for all that information. Thank you for coming here today. It was a pleasure to practice my English with you. This is my first interview in English, so I'm so happy and glad to see you today with us.
Thank you so much. You are amazing. I'm so proud of having a friend like you, and your English is superb.
Thank you so much. You're so kind.